My GF jumped on my back today, yelled "Jetpack on," then farted. What weird stuff does your so do? My wife watched me play way too much Assassin's Creed. She will randomly sneak up close to me and pretend to kill me with her arm knife. When she does it she yells, "Ugh, you're dead." She has been doing it since '08. Sucks for her that you're level 75 and she's 26. It's clobbering time. I like to take the stuffed animals on my wife's side of the bed and pose them. They even have a name, the Hippo Performance Group. My favorite was called Sorry and was just a single hippo stuffed animal sitting in the middle of the bed on top of a poop emoji pillow. I've done sword fights using wrapping paper tubes, poker games, giving birth, stuffed animal group sexual positions, pole dancing, etc. I'm glad someone else's wife GF has stuffed animals on their side of the bed, lol. My wife will quack like a duck in the shower if she knows I'm in the bathroom too, and will continue to do it until I quack back. If I'm lying about something for comedy's sake, she'll break out the truth seeker where she'll jam her fingers into my neck to hit a soft spot that tickles way too much and continue doing it because she's a sadist. The truth seeker will find out what's real. My wife and I will meow at each other and won't stop until the other meows back, lol. My GF regularly tries to push me into bed for cuddles. Given that I'm 100 plus lbs heavier, over a foot taller than her, she doesn't get very far with her efforts. I usually wait until she's exhausted trying to move me before theatrically taking a dive. Wait till she runs full speed and drop kicks the back of your knee. When we meet she'll basically run at me and jump into the air expecting me to catch her. Luckily I don't skip leg day. She'll also run and dive on me when I'm laying in bed. I have a dream. My girlfriend grabs my flaccid punisher and proceeds to yell squishy in an overly high voice. To this day I still don't know how to feel about it. I also did this. There is just something magical about soft dongs. She'll grab my thumb or finger like it's a penis and start stroking and making exaggerated sex sounds. Think MMMMM. Yeah, you like that, don't you? She's not frisky or wanting to get it on. She just knows it makes me uncomfortable and does it to mess with me. Hahaha, I do that with my boyfriend too. He stares and kind of laughs. My girlfriend grabs my butt, which is as flat as a pancake, and sings butt. Wiggle wiggle, everybody watch me jiggle. LOL, my husband and son made up a song, Pancakes My Pancakes. My hairy pancakes. It's about my husband's flat hairy butt. Was getting it on my girl and she found this one chest hair that was randomly way longer than all the others and ripped it out while I was on top of her. When it happened I just froze, looked down at my chest, then looked her in the eyes, who was just staring back, and then we both cracked up realizing the ridiculousness of what she had done. Keep your head in the party zone. XGF used to ride horses. She would jump on me when I was laying down, wrap her legs around my midsection and arms around me neck. She would squeeze her legs and crush my insides until I begged for mercy. If you have ever dated a horse girl you know what I'm talking about. My wife is a horse girl, can confirm. My currently pregnant wife will sometimes randomly just go kaya and do a goofy spinning kick when I walk into a room she's in, but usually only when it's us two home. Well, I was in the bathroom and my father-in-law walked into the kitchen and she thought it was me, so my tiny, big-bellied wife went kaya and Chuck Norris'd her stepdad as he walked through the doorway, then almost peed her pants laughing about it. His only response was, "You seem to be energetic today." Emergency situations. I started this game with my BF. We go dead weight to see if one can save the other. He has died every time except for when he went dead weight on a blanket. My ex tried that with me once and he died lying on top of me like a weighted blanket. Single now, but my ex drives with her left foot controlling the brakes and her right foot controlling the gas. Gives me anxiety just thinking about it. My GF will be halfway asleep on the couch and as soon as she gets up to go to bed she gets the zoomies like crazy. I play hide under the sheets in bed and there is this split second where I don't hear her running around and I think, oh crap, she's airborne. Then she lands in bed and starts laughing. Also, she has this weird thing where she sings the Cold Miser Heat Miser song before bed while doing this weird voice and it is hilarious. I think your GF might secretly be a cat. He gives me baby kisses. Just open mouth up against the cheek with no lip movement. Basically just touches his open mouth to the side of my face for 1 second. Like a baby. It's weird but I love it. My boyfriend and I do lizard kisses, which is just darting your tongue into the other's mouth quickly when they don't expect it. My wife likes to blade her hand and swipe it up my butt crack, then shout charge it when I'm not suspecting. Naked, clothed, at home or in public. No boundaries for her. This just had me cracking up on the bus. At any point in the day, regardless of where we are, a slow motion imaginary gunfight will break out. Invisible grenades and missile launchers are inevitable. We don't hold back. It continues until one victor remains. Typically decided by who had the best performance. Our kid is profoundly embarrassed by this. He needs to lighten up. He needs to pick a side and pitch in the ongoing imaginary war. Sometimes we'll be in other rooms just doing our own thing for a bit, and then one of us will get bored or want to hang, so we will randomly meow, and the other meows back or comes into the room. Oh my god, my husband and I do the same thing. We just bought a house and were not prepared for how much louder we'd have to meow to be heard. I'm 24 and single, but I love this thread and it makes me wish I was with somebody. Kinda happy to read it all. Kinda sad too. I met my boo at 36. It was worth the wait. Until then I worked on myself and learned to set boundaries so I wouldn't settle for a dud. I will nom on my GF's nose while my GF noms on my chin. When our faces are smooshed together it lines up perfectly and we do that for like 30 seconds. It's soothing. If I sit next to my wife she thinks it's hilarious to set her hand down with her thumb facing upwards right under me and says cornhole. Till you call a no reverse and sit down and break a thumb. My ex loved to inspect my body attentively to find dark spots. Each time she found one, she got all giddy and excited, then proceeded to remove it cautiously, and finally presented it to me like a trophy, before pursuing her inspection. Where do I even begin with her? When she farts she'll come running from another room to tightly hold my hand as if giving birth and just let it rip. Before drinking she'll do a quick amphibian like little lick and then slurp. She consistently speaks in gibberish that she's completely made up that somehow I've started understanding. I love her to death and these little things she does melt my heart. I had to plug my nose to quiet laugh reading this so I won't wake my girlfriend. When my GF knows I am home while she's at work she'll send a voice message through our Alexa saying Satan says hello. Crap catches me off guard when I am just chilling playing video games lol. My girlfriend likes to pretend to frick me like a man. Either doggy or missionary or whatever. She'll even slap my butt or grab my imaginary boobs while doing it. She's also bent me in ways I didn't know I could bend. There's something funny about this, but I just can't quite peg what it is. He grabs one of the many stuffed animals we have and makes them wave goodbye to me when I leave for work. He'll bang on the window if I don't return the gesture. Yesterday one of the Sasquatches, fell off the windowsill and died and floated up to heaven. Today was the goat and it was a quick wave because he was running late. I'll add he's 44 years old and we have no children to justify having these creatures around. LOL. This is the best one. Picturing this is hilarious and adorable. She imaginary stabs me. I'm serious. She bangs my chest pretending she is holding a knife. Perfectly normal. Perfectly healthy. We send each other pictures of nudes, not nudes of ourselves, but pictures of noodles. Sometimes he sends spicy nudes as in red sauce noodles. Send nudes. Girlfriend sometimes runs on all fours while facing the ceiling and snarls like a gremlin demon creature while chasing me through the house. Are you absolutely 100% fully certain that she isn't an SCP? She goes mlem at all times. Put my hand near her face and it will get licked. Then she says, I lick. We have a lot of doors in our house. She'll bust out of them randomly and just yell here I am, then cackle off going on to whatever she's flittering to next. I am a wrestling fan and my GF will randomly do a wrestling move to me, like last weekend she threw me a stunner out of nowhere. LOL, ma marry that girl. Please tell me she did the jaw jacking and the beer bash afterward. She burps and will apologize if it is a weak one. She does a little dance when she gets food and likes to balance stuff on her head when she's bored. She's a dork. The happy wiggles when you give a woman food is the cutest crap ever. Every morning my fiance and I wake up, whoever is up first says to the other, what are we going to do today? Brain. The other has to answer the same thing we do every day. Pinky. Try to take over the world. Popped my butt pimple once. It hurt like heck to sit, so she offered to pop it for me. It seems she enjoyed inflicting pain on me. I dated a chick for a while that was obsessed with popping pimples. I had acne pretty bad in my teens and she would pin me down on the couch and make me let her go over my entire body trying to find even the slightest source of pus. I got a cyst at one point and it was like Christmas came early. You'd think she hit the lottery. It was really bizarre. The comments confirm my feeling that intimacy is 90% farting, 5% burping, and 5% figuring out the weirdest ways to say I love you. My wife sticks her feet in my pajama pants pocket when we are relaxing on the couch. I tried to turn the tables once, but women's pockets are so small my foot wouldn't fit. Haha. Now you understand the pain we go through on a daily basis. We need pockets and proper ones. When we start a phone call, he yells, "Who me I in a female pornstar voice. I have to be careful when I pick up the phone now." My girlfriend puts children's shark mittens on and then pretends to eat passing trains and quietly makes munching noises for each car. Haha, that's beyond cute. I couldn't call my ex GF and butthole because she would run behind me trying to grab my butt and shouting with a cute voice, "This isn't butthole." My ex had a sheltered life, very Christian upbringing. Her parents would have to pre-watch Disney movies to make sure they were appropriate before she could watch them. That kind of thing. So she hit a rebellious phase. Enter yours truly. She loved sex but knew nothing about sex. She was completely unfamiliar with the names of various sexual positions, so she just made up her own names for them. It wasn't just the position, big context, speed etc all combined for a unique name. So if you knew her terminology, you knew how to give it to her, at what speed, angle, etc. She also gave them cutesy names. For example, the horsey, cowgirl position, was subdivided into the slow trotting horsey, the galloping horsey, and hurdles. You can imagine what each of those looked like, lol. But her favorite was sleepy time snuggle frick, where the big spoon enters the little spoon slowly from behind while she's half asleep. She was also a fan of the puppy chow, cunnilingus with her on her back, so named because from her vantage point I looked like her dog burying its face in its food bowl, lol. I did mention that there was some standardized terminology, but hers were more descriptive, so we ultimately went with that. That's the most wholesome NSW thing I've ever read. Reading all nice fun stories here. Meanwhile my GF will take a crap, while her younger cousin will go and take pictures after she has done so, and log it in a poop tracker app. Send help. LOLOMGUN. My girl likes to have love strokes whenever I'm near her and I love it. Literally it's where she flounders onto me while she speaks gibberish to me, then she says hi. She is not special, just goofy. My soul like to play a game where she locks all the windows and puts the heat on full blast and seat warmers up high while riding. She hasn't gave it a name yet, but it's a fav game to play. I usually just strip down to my underwear and by the time I'm pulling at those to rip them off I win the game and she rolls the windows down. LOL. It's called car sauna. I saw them do it on Top Gear years ago. She went bonkers on bird feeders last fall. We have 5 bird feeders in the backyard. It's actually really cool to see all these different types of birds. But we now also have tons of squirrels and the bird crap is getting a little out of hand. My main concern is about mice etc. coming after the bird seed. Ah yes, my so. If I tell I a bad joke he'll pretend laugh in a very obvious way loudly. Sometimes even if we are public. Gets me every time. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.